Welcome to the Empowered You Summit. Unlock the secrets to empowered living and creating the life you've always envisioned. Your hosts, Sherrie Cameron and Nicole Mattice, are the dynamic duo behind Empowered You Coaching. As certified master life coaches, soulful event planners, and hosts of The She Shed Show, a PJ party with no bras, no BS, and real talk, they are passionate about helping women find success in every area of life. Their mission? To help women realize their worth, share their gifts, and live a life of joy and purpose. Now, Sherrie and Nicole are excited to introduce our next inspirational guest. Let's dive in. Yes! Welcome, Rouba. So excited to have you here.
Yeah, so excited to be here as well.
Okay, great. I'm going to take a moment to just share a little bit about you, and then we're going to dive in, to your topic. Okay, so how do I say your last name?
Chalabi.
Chalabi. Okay, Rouba Chalabi is a seasoned breathworker and food addiction counselor who specializes in helping overeaters and hardworking achievers connect with their bodies, nourish with food, and flourish in life. With over 20 years of experience in the corporate world, Rouba embarked on a transformative journey that inspired her to support individuals struggling with their relationship with food and stress. Her unique approach blends breathwork technique with food addiction recovery, offering a path towards inner harmony and well-being. Rouba is the author of Beyond the Emptiness: How I Found Fullness Outside of Food, where she shares her personal insights on overcoming food addiction and finding peace from within. Wonderful. Today, she dedicates her life to guiding others towards tranquility, health, and well-being. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Rouba, your topic is how to break your overeating habit and manage your stress outside of food. I'm willing to bet there's a story of how you got here and why this is important to you.
Yes, so it's a lived story. I was an overeater for 40 years and I felt totally powerless in my relationship with food. I felt a total failure when it comes to controlling my eating, believing I did not have the willpower and that I was flawed.
Oh,
Bearing in mind that I was very successful and I so much relate to the previous speaker talking about being this A personality that is the superwoman, that is super accomplished, and feeling that I had so much control in so many aspects of my being, except when it came to my food. And as I was turning 39, I felt like a huge emptiness, a huge confusion, because even though my life looked amazing on paper, everybody thought I had an admirable life, I was the poster of success. I was totally unhappy. I
mm,
was miserable. I felt depleted. I felt like I worked so hard to get to where I am, but hence I'm not happy. I'm
yeah.
finding myself that I'm an overeater. I have so much excess weight that is going to impact my health. And what has really gone wrong in my life? And this journey really took me to realize that I was so vested in how things looked, in success, in attending to the needs of others, in making others happy, and supporting others. And what I had not realized, all of those issues, when we are there supporting others, is outside of our span of control. And what was within my span of control, which was my relationship with myself, I had totally neglected myself. I was not taking care of myself.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And hence began my transformation journey of starting a self-love project where I was going to prove to Ruba that I love her, through actions,
Mm.
because I had thought that I loved Ruba. Being a successful person, I would pamper her, I would purchase stuff for her. It was all kind of materialistic, or ticking the box, or
Oh
saying, yes,
yeah.
I've done this, I've
Yeah.
traveled there, I've done that, and so on and so forth, and not realizing that the basics is self-care, and how I was treating myself were totally not there.
Wow.
And this
Yeah.
is where my transformation started. And I wanted to prove to myself that I love myself and I'm going to take care of myself. And then I came across, and the universe is very smart. So when you're ready, the universe sends you messengers and people to guide you in the right path. I bumped into an ex colleague who had lost a lot of weight, and she guided me to a program which was really into food addiction recovery, which was something totally new to me, because I had
Wow.
never heard of the concept of using your relationship with food very much into the recovery model of alcoholism, of drug addiction, and working towards a recovery model of stopping using food as a tranquilizer. And
Wow.
having, when removing the tranquilizer, it creates so much opportunity to grow and to realize, what am I tranquilizing myself for? What's the reason that I'm tranquilizing myself for? And addressing all the underlying reasons in my life that I was totally not aware of, that were leading me to numb myself at the end of the day with food.
Wow. Like, thank you for sharing all of that. And your story, I believe your story is so powerful. I feel it personally to the core. Um, and I just want to, I actually feel like I just want to weep for so many women, because I've heard so many women. I know I have felt this thing around food. And I will even admit I mean, this is a challenge for me. I want to say soothe with food. Like, that's a thing for me. If I'm unsure of what I'm doing, let's say in my business, if I'm uncomfortable, like, in the pantry I go. If I'm working on a project and I'm going, oh, I don't know what to do next with this and I'm not sure. And, I just want to head to the pantry, right? And, oh, well, maybe I'll just eat, and distract myself from this, which I'm fully conscious that that's happening. I don't know if everybody is conscious when they're, have that challenge, but I am conscious that it's happening. And yet the pull is real. And I also want to touch on what you said and about how you felt, because I don't do that anymore, but it used to be some version of looking in the mirror and saying, like, you fat me, and like, really, really harsh to myself. And I just want to say, I'm saying all this not to make it about me, but I see so many women really beating themselves up over this topic. And so thank you for bringing it to the Empowered You Summit. Thank you for speaking this. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I hear you, Sherry. And actually, what you had mentioned is some of the damaging patterns that overeaters are doing, and that is leading them to fail to lose weight. And I'm going to share, like, I've identified like 9 damaging patterns that overeaters tend to do. And the first one is body disconnection. You kind of, and this is a very hard one to swallow. It's like divorcing from your body and feeling like your body is somewhere else, and it's a body that you hate, it's a
Mm,
body that you don't like,
yeah,
and you end up treating everybody in an amazing way, but you mistreat yourself.
yeah.
And goes with that the second damaging pattern, which is the strong inner critic. We are so focused on performing, on accomplishment, on doing, and then we're criticizing ourselves. You're not pushing through, you're not doing enough, you're not doing that. And in that process of you're not this and you're not that and you're not performing enough and you're not good enough, you need to tranquilize yourself and use food to be able to push through, because anyway, you're treating your body like a machine. So this machine, rather than using the carrot, you're using the stick. Perform more. You're not doing enough. Keep doing.
Right.
And in that process, as I said, the third one is hating your body. My body is not up to where I want it to be. I don't look like how I'm supposed to look. And in this process, there's a lot of emotional suppression. We grow up with a lot of conditioning as women to swallow.
Mm.
There's a lot of things I don't like. I'm going to swallow them. And in this process of swallowing, the eating is the opposite. I want to bite, I want to munch rather than swallow. And in the swallowing, there's a lot of tension. We are swallowing tension. We're taking in tension that is getting stuck in the body. So for us to release that tension, we overeat.
I have never heard it put that way.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. And with that goes the positive thinking. Why am I feeling down? I should be very grateful for this and that in my life. Why am I this? I should think positively. Why is this person annoying? I should be nice and friendly to them. I should look at the positive things. And in this process, we are gaslighting ourselves. We are gaslighting our vision, our intuition of how things are. And in this process of gaslighting, we need to tranquilize ourselves with food. So in a way,
ourselves. I want to highlight that one too. We're gaslighting ourselves. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we talk a lot about partners gaslighting us, being gaslighted by others. But as a matter of fact, when we are growing up and our parents are doubting our perception of reality, it gets us to a place of gaslighting ourselves because we don't trust our intuition. We don't trust what our gut is telling us. And when we don't trust and we do things that are against what our intuition wants, then for us to push through and be able to accomplish them, we need to overeat.
Wow, so good.
So these are the kind of, and there are more. So there's an over-reliance on using food for pleasure. We look at pleasure in general, and we're not using other sensory. We're not getting pleasure from scent. We're not getting pleasure from touch. It's this over-reliance on eating, on soothing ourselves through our mouth and using our mouth rather than finding pleasure in other things. And because we have this lack of control with food, the eighth one is into excessive night eating. We try to control our eating during the day, feeling we are undeserving of eating. And then when we're so tired at nighttime, we just cannot control. And then we kind of move from too much control to being totally out of control in our eating behavior. And the last one, the ninth one is sleep and rest deprivation. We're so much into doing, and we feel like we're not really deserving of rest. And for many overeaters that I work with, many of my clients, the biggest resistance is the resistance to resting, to feeling deserving and giving themselves permission to rest. So overall, these are kind of the damaging patterns that we unconsciously do as part of our survival that make us successful in other parts of our life, but totally hijack our relationship with food.
Ooh. Are you guys feeling this? I am sure feeling this and seeing myself a lot in what you're saying. You know, I've shared with Nicole, obviously my partner, and on in Empowered You coaching, and we're besties. And, you know, I've shared with her, it's like, you know, in so many aspects of my life, I feel like I'm mastering, right? And, or, you know, there's always more room to evolve and grow. But, you know, I feel like, yeah. And then when it comes to food, it's like, right? Sometimes I'm just like, what's going on there? And a lot of what you're saying is really hitting home. And I'm even going to, full disclosure, yesterday, big day, long day, lots of work involved in the summit. And my daughter was going to the store to grab some munchies or something for them that night. And I said, would you get me a chocolate bar? I just really want a chocolate bar, you know? And as you're talking, I'm going, oh yeah, what was that about? Right. Because I wanted to, the point of bringing that up is the whole thing around, I think I really view food as reward, and it's not reward. I'm sabotaging myself, but I view it as a reward.
Yeah. And the invitation is really an invitation to grow in 5 aspects of life. So the first one is really developing a connection with ourselves, an awareness of what's going on in our body, an ability to support our body, to be present in the sensations that you are experiencing, to feel the early onset of stress and feeling the stress signals early on and allowing ourselves to exhale, to breathe, to take a pause, to take a break. And because when we are connected to our body and we are one with our body, we have a less of a tendency to sabotage ourselves. And the other one is really having a curiosity around our suppressed emotions and journaling and naming our emotions and going through a process of really releasing our emotions and expressing ourselves. Because if I'm able to name my emotion, I'm able to tell you, well, Sherrie, today, you know what? I am feeling very sad. I am feeling angry, and I'm able to talk about them. But sometimes we're so confused about this internal volcano that is happening in us. We're going to go grab that bar of chocolate and eat it. Whereas if we have the ability to really name our emotions and express them and feel like there's somebody else listening to us, we'll feel much better. Another one is befriending the nervous system. We have each one of us, there are 3 types of nervous system, and it's an automatic response to stress. And for many of us, we don't have the awareness. There's a lot of shame that is carried if we have a nervous system that goes into angry mode whenever we're activated, or a nervous system that goes into frozen mode. The frozen mode becomes like there's so much shame and being portrayed as lazy. And actually, we're not lazy. It's just our nervous system is activated and it needs a sense of comfort and safety. And whenever we have this awareness of our nervous system, then we have much more empathy towards ourselves and an ability to really support ourselves. And the third type is being hyper. And learning stress release techniques, because healing our relationship with food also involves learning how to manage stress in life outside of food. It's really about exploring practices that help us calm our nervous system through the eyes, through the nose. There's a reason why aromatherapy and essential oils are growing so much, because there's so much power in smell to really calm our nervous system down. There's so much power in touch,
Mm,
in in being intentional of realizing today I have a summit. It's going to be exhausting. I'm going to take a shower and put a very nice oil that has a really nice essential oil that's going to calm my nervous system as I'm applying it for 2 minutes before I start my day. And
right.
or sound. Sometimes it's quiet, not having any sound, or having like soothing music to listen to. So there are a lot of avenues, yes. Yeah, in between speakers, just or having a diffuser to use essential oils. So yeah, these are kind of the 5 growth areas for transforming your relationship with food.
Oh my gosh. So many great tips. And Emily says here, I need to re-listen to this over again. My mind is exploding. Right? Oh my gosh. Like it's so powerful. And you've really brought to light um I think some new ways of looking at this and some new points. So do you want to just so we can capture it too in the chat, what are the 5?
Yeah, I can actually type them in the chat. Let me I have them here in front of me. I can put them here. Yeah, let me do that in the chat. Here they are. Here you go.
Okay. So cultivate a stronger connection and awareness of your body. This, I feel like this is a message for me throughout this summer because I've heard this connection to body a lot. And I'm going to say that I'm not alone in um, we don't connect to our body in general. Again, I'm generalizing, but we don't connect to our
Mm,
body. For me, it's an afterthought. Get
mm.
acquainted with your suppressed emotions. So good. Befriend your nervous system. Learn stress release techniques through breath work. Tell us a little bit about that breath work too. And number 5, explore new practices that bring comfort and calm to your nervous system. So tell us about how we can use breath work.
So breath work is we breathe all the time, not realizing that we are breathing. And through breathing,
Oh,
whether
okay.
it's the
Sorry,
inhale,
just I'm sorry, Ruba, to cut you off. I just want to recognize that, guys, give us a second. Ruba just shared that with hosts and panelists, so we'll fix that. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So basically, breath work is a modality that supports you to feel at home in your body and to be able to take your body from a place of turbulence to a place of tranquility. Knowing that we will always be experiencing turbulence in our life and we don't want static tranquility. It's just that we need to have the ability and the skills in terms of self care to support ourselves, to notice that we are in turbulence, and to activate self care so that we can get ourselves to a place of tranquility. And that involves a lot of breathing, exhaling, as an example. We are conditioned and punished as teenagers for sighing out. And actually, sighing out is a basic human way of releasing stress.
Mm-hmm.
So through breath work, what I do is I teach my clients to breathe in a way that recharges, that energizes the system, allows them to release the stress that is inside of them, connecting them to an awareness of their body, through the sensations of their body, through the lived experiences in their body. And really being able to move from a situation where you're divorced from your body to a place where you are one with your body. Because
Beautiful.
many of us, I'm sure some of you will relate that you try to go to yoga or you try to meditate and you find it's very, very hard to meditate. Whenever you start meditating, it takes you to a big hole where you don't really feel well because there's a volcano and there's so much trauma in your body. Whenever you bring your attention inward, you feel no, 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 that's not a place I want to be. I want to leave. I want to go back to the towards the outside. And my job as a breath workers is to make you feel comfortable inside of you, bringing you to a place of comfort and safety where gradually you feel at home in your body.
Yeah, I love this. And can I just say, it feels good that we're not talking about another diet. Really, right? Because there's just there is so much other stuff going on. And, I feel like you're getting to more root cause and stuff like that, right? Rather than eat this, do that, follow this menu. And not that that doesn't have a place and can't be valuable. But I think more often than not, like it's so much more going on than I just don't know what proper foods to cook for health, right? Like it's
Yeah,
more than that.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, Nancy says, I agree. Oh my God, I'm so tired of the cutting out the carbs focus. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, Ruba, we just have a few minutes left. I wanted to give you an opportunity to share your free gift.
Yeah, so my free gift to you is a guide that is called Body Connection for Overeaters. It's really at the core of helping you move from fighting to befriending your body. And it involves a reflection tool. It takes 20 minutes of your time, involving a reflection tool, in addition to a meditation, and to really journal and write and reflect about your relationship with your body and how you want to move forward with it and how your experience of a meditation. So it's really kind of a taster to experience the start of a connection with your body and how being connected to your body feels and what it looks like. So I highly encourage you to go through it.
Mm.
It's an amazing guide. It's going to take 20 minutes of your time. And it's a nice mix of reading, reflecting, experiencing. And yeah, I'm so excited for you to try it out. Come back to me, tell me what was your experience of it. I would love to know how you felt after doing this guide and doing this journey and experience, as a matter of fact.
Oh, awesome. Okay, you guys, click on that right now. Take advantage of that. And yes, connect back with Ruba. I know Nicole was messaging me on the side here as we were talking, and she was saying,
Yeah,
"Please
okay.
have
So
her."
sorry, just sorry. I see, because I was confused about the guide. I rechanged the name for some of it. It's almost the same guide, but this one, yeah,
Oh,
it's called
okay.
How to Stay Calm Without Overeating, because I felt that people were relating to the message better. So it's the same
It's the
guide,
same.
but
Okay,
with a
perfect.
different, yeah, with a different
Okay.
name.
Thank you
Yeah.
for saying that. And I was just saying, Nicole and I, she was sending me a message on the side saying, "Oh my gosh, we have to have her on our she shed show." So I will connect with you on the side about that because this was really,
Yeah,
really amazing. Thank you
would
so
love to.
much. Thank you so much,
You're
Ruba.
welcome.
Any last things you want to share before we let go?
My pleasure being with you, getting to know you and talking to you about the topic that I'm passionate about. So yes, start your journey of befriending your body, of connecting within, and starting this love story.
Oh, okay. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
All right, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for another amazing session on the Empowered You Summit. For more information or to learn more about our upcoming Life by Design weekend workshop, email us at hello@empoweredyoucoaching.com. Now, tune in to another transformational speaker.